Alright guys, welcome back to the 26th episode of this review series where I review everything and save the world. For this episode, I'm going to be doing a review on Storm King's Fury. I'll be showing you the best perks and some gameplay. Let's get into it. The gameplay you're seeing in the background is a parallel 124 evacuate the shelter mission. But anyway, I put a crit build on this weapon because crit build, it's probably one of the best builds in the game, and why wouldn't you put it on this? And yeah, it does superior damage to the rest. But anyway, the fighting of this swings pretty fast if you got attack speed perk on it. So you're swinging pretty fast, and then every hit you hit an enemy and it'll put an orb around your weapon just floating around. And if you hit it 7 times to multiple enemies, or the same enemy if it doesn't die, so you just hit any enemy 7 times and there'll be 7 orbs. And then if you're on the ground and you do your heavy attack, it'll heavy attack the enemies in front of you, and then it'll also drop 7 meteors, or as many meteors as how many orbs are floating around, up to 7, so 1 to 7. And then you heavy attack, it hits enemies in front of you for a lot of damage. Oh boy, it's doing tons of damage. And then those meteors also come down doing, they're just destroying these enemies. It's crazy. And then there's also a different heavy attack. If you jump and then heavy attack, it's like a walloper, where you launch forward and then land on an enemy. And it's not really that good compared to the rest, but oh boy, this weapon, it really does work. And there's multiple different builds I've seen on this, but the one I built, it's pretty good because it got Survivalist Jonesy, so you're never dying and you're pumping out so much damage. You're just a killing machine. But anyway, I'll get on to the hero loadout in a bit, but for now, let's get on to the perks I put on this. Alright, now for the perks I put on it. For the first one, you can either have crit damage, crit rating, damage, attack speed, or life leech. So I put crit damage since I have a crit build on this, and I'd say you can either have crit damage or crit rating, but make sure you have at least 2 crit damages and 1 crit rating. Don't have 2 crit ratings and don't have 3 crit ratings. That's the big dumb. Make sure you have 2 crit damages and 1 crit rating for a good crit build. And then we've got, for the second one, crit damage, crit rating, damage, heavy attack energy efficiency, and impact. The heavy attack, you're rarely, you're using it quite a lot, but not a lot where you're gonna need the energy efficiency. So yeah, and then damage, if you do crit build, it'll eventually do more damage than a damage build, so yeah. And then impact, it already does really good impact, so you don't need that. And yeah, so then for the element, you can either have energy or physical. If you're going against only blasters and lobbers and flingers and takers, use physical, because physical is good for any of them. And also, if you're going against husks that are all they all have no element, then go in physical. But if you're going against husks with element, then go for energy because it does more damage to them. But anyway, now for the next one, we've got attack speed, damage, armor, impact, or heavy attack energy efficiency. I put attack speed because this weapon normally it's really slow, so yeah, go attack speed. And then for the last one, crit rating, damage to miss monsters and bosses, crit damage, and damage. I put crit rating because crit build, and yeah. But anyway, let's get on to the hero loadout I use for this. Alright, now for the hero loadout I use for this, I've got for the commander Survivalist Jonesy or Birthday Brigade Jonesy, and he has Survivalist Plus. Eliminations heal you for 117 base health over 3 seconds, and the duration refreshes with additional eliminations. So every time you get a kill, you're getting that health back, and you're basically immortal machine. Then we got Blast from the Past. It removes all shield and increases max health by 200%. So now you're stapling that in, that you are an immortal machine and you're not gonna die. And Saurian Claws from Paleo Luna adds 5.5% of current health to melee weapon damage. So with all that health, you're using some of it to do tons of damage, and that's pretty good. Saurian Hide from Prehistoric Izza. While shield is depleted, increases armor by 33%. So shield is always depleted with blast from pass, so you're always getting that armor. Then we got actuated attacks by Tank Penny, and it increases hardware damage by 17%. Pretty explanatory. Assassination from Lotus Assassin Sarah, Lotus Assassin Kin, Blue Streak Kin, Jade Assassin Sarah, or Assassin Sarah. And what she does, or he does, dealing melee weapon damage grants 1 stack of Assassination up to 5 stacks. Assassination lasts for 5 seconds and increases melee weapon damage by 4.5%. So if you got this up to max, it'll be doing 22.5% extra damage. And oh boy, that's a ton of extra damage. Then we got Battle Beat from Breakbeat Wildcat. And eliminating 10 enemies in 9 seconds grants Rockin' Riff, increases damage by 50% and melee attack speed by 32%, decaying over 8 seconds. So killing 10 enemies, it's pretty easy with this, with all the meteors, and it just increases damage and by a ton, and attack speed by a ton. And yeah, but anyway, let's get on to the scale. Alright, now we're on the scale, and if you don't know what this is, basically I put the Storm King's Fury here in the garbage, it's okay, or legendary category, depending on how good it is, and it's a mythic, of course, it has to be in the legendary. It's really good. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed it, it's helped you in any way, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because I do review videos like these, where I review everything in Save the World every other day, and also like, comment, and share so that more people can see my videos. Anyway guys, I'll see you next time.